I love plants, both plants in gardens and plants in wild places. And throughout my life as a gardener, I've sought some harmony between both of those conditions. In gardens, we love plants because they're beautiful, because they're colorful and textural and have architectures, and they're interesting to look at, and maybe interesting because they even attract creatures and things that we can watch and observe. In the wild, though, plants are fascinating to me for a completely different reason. They're these incredible organisms that have evolved to withstand all of the pressures of the world that they occupy, absent any of the interventions of humanity that happens when plants grow in gardens. So when I started my garden here at home, Three Oaks Garden in Des Moines, Iowa, I began by trying to sort of create the precedent for a place in which both of those conditions are possible, in which my role as a gardener, as a designer, as a creator and keeper of this place was to really tread gently and to intervene with wildness, with a curated palette of plants that are adapted to place and to the conditions of this site, but also because there is some fascination with each of those plants that I have as a planting designer, as a plantsman, that fuses those two conditions together, of plants in a garden as well as plants thriving in a place. When people ask me what I do, I often say I'm a gardener, but there's more to the story for me than that. I often describe myself as having an artist's heart and a scientist's head, and occasionally they argue with each other. But it's those two disciplines that bring my practice into focus as a garden maker. I'm fascinated by plants curatorially as ingredients that I can use in plantings and in designs that I make. But I want to know something about what they're going to do, particularly what they're going to do in place. And I think that's sort of the sauce that's so interesting about contemporary horticulture right now, is this fusion of horticulture and ecology that allows us to really consider that plants aren't simply static and pretty in 2 dimensions, that in fact they're alive in 3 dimensions, interacting with place in time. And that sort of infusion of those perspectives is really what I'm always exploring in gardens that I make, especially here at home. As a gardener and a horticulturist, I'm grateful for all of the outlets that my work has, from my work in media to making gardens in public and private places. I get to fuse all of those experiences together of teaching about plants and sharing information about plants and planting gardens and keeping them as a sort of clay, as an artist at work in the studio. And I'm maybe most excited about fusing all of that together in my next book, New Naturalism, that comes out in early 2021. It's a conversation between gardeners at this intersection of plants and place and wildness. And I'm really excited for it to come out. I'm really excited to share it with you, and excited for all the conversations that can come out of that, in hopes that we can plant the world a more beautiful, functional place.